Good afternoon, Susan. Thank you for allowing me to record this portion of the interview. We have chatted a little bit about your resume and your experience. What I'd like to learn a little bit more about is your experience when you worked with the city of Port Orange. Tell me a little bit about what you did there. It looks like you were there for about just about 3 years or so.
Well, when I first started at Port Orange, I was the assistant to the community development director. And then I switched positions later on while I was there to development review tech. When I was the assistant, I did purchase orders. I was doing maintenance requests. I was doing um, home liens for the code enforcement department as well. I did manager reports. I did proofreading. I did a lot of the things that assisted the manager as well as some other employees in the department.
Okay,
Um,
and you reported to Wayne Clark?
yes, yes,
Okay.
and he's now the city manager.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then you mentioned that you had a little change in your duties. Tell me a little bit about that.
That would be the development review tech, and I was working under Tim Berman, and he would have specific meetings with people who would bring in plans that wanted to build in the city, and he would give me the blueprints, the plans that were supposed to be inputted into the computer, and I would take all specific designated information off of those plans, and then input it into like a new account for those builders.
Okay, great. Yes, that sounds like that's a little bit more responsibility. So is that what brought you then to your next position? I see that you worked for the city of Cape Canaveral. So how did you end up from Port Orange to Cape Canaveral?
I actually had to go down there and take care of a family member for a while. So I contacted, there was a job available down in Cape Canaveral. So I contacted them to make sure that I had employment before I went down there. And I left the city of Port Orange to move down there. I was there for about a year. I expected to stay longer, but I didn't need to. So I moved back to Port Orange where my family is.
Okay. And what did you do as a permit technician? What did your day look like there?
What I did was I would help anyone who came in with the permit applications, and then I would take the applications and I would input the permit information, print out the permits, let them know when they were ready so they could come back and pick them up. And then I also did business tax receipts as well for all the businesses in the city of Cape Canaveral.
Okay, great. Okay, and then you came back to Volusia County, and then for the last few years, you were working for, it looks like Keurig, Dr. Pepper?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Actually, it started out as, excuse me, 7-Up Snapple. And then while I was there for the past 5.5 years, it cured Dr. Pepper, bought 7-Up Snapple. And so our brand changed. We were on the cold side versus the hot side. So we did a lot of the products that Keurig owns, which as an example would be like Pete's Coffee and different things like that. And I did the check-in of all the trucks that came in there on a daily basis. They would come in probably anywhere between 12 in the afternoon and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on their delivery days. And I would check in the product that they had and input all the information and then cashier their routes every day so they could go home.
Okay, great. And so you stopped working there, you said that was August?
Yes.
Okay. And that was just not a great environment temperature wise, and it was hot working outside all day and
Yes, it
such.
started.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Yes, I can completely understand. So now you are seeking employment at this point in time. What type of position are you looking for? What's ideal for you?
Well, I mean, I am uh, very familiar with the permits, that I've had accomplished down in city of Cape Canaveral. I'm also working with the community development department in Port Orange. I'm very familiar with construction and the input of that information. I'm also interested, I've just been an administrative assistant for quite a few companies, so through my years. So that's what I'm comfortable with. And I just want to have something that I can multitask in and keep busy.
Okay, great. And if we were to call one of your past employers and ask for a reference, what do you think they would tell me?
I believe that they would tell you that I came through every time. I really have never had any problems with any of my positions that I've held, and always got the job done. So,
Okay, great. All right, Susan, well, don't hang up. I'm going to stop the recording. I'll be right back.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.